Hey everybody, welcome back to the Quantum Show. Starting a little bit early because I'm ready. I got notes. Why not? Wanted to say, hope you like that thumbnail. Like and subscribe. If you're here, you're quantum. So let's see. We got Monty coming in before everything. Extra large pepperoni pizza coming in. Hey Nathan, welcome back. Welcome to the Quantum Show, pepperoni. Thanks for coming in. And yeah, I was wanting to talk about. Let me see if I can show this guy's channel. Okay. His name is KingSosa. Let's see here. Yeah. Okay. This is his guy's channel, right? He started the YouTube part. He's had an online presence for a while. He's a musician in Miami. Name of King Sosa here on YouTube. His YouTube thing is Hood TV Experts. Little Too Much 704. I believe that's on TikTok. Yeah. And he is talking about how the aliens are real. And in Miami, January 1st, this is what he's talking about. He was also on that show. He did an interview on Laney and Ben. That is a UK based YouTube channel. I will leave a link after the show. Um, but yeah, the Miami aliens, y'all. I'm pretty sure this story is not going to go away. I'm going to try to show a video here. Oh, you know what? Let me put my headphones in so I don't get no feedback. I'm going to try to show his stuff, and the sound might come up. I don't know why it didn't work the other day. Maybe because I was trying to do it on a panel show, not a solo. Okay, so, but first, yeah, I need to stop doing that. And let me get a sound check. Who? Sorry, pepperoni. I gotta interview you. I gotta know you. I'm not gonna be doing that, okay? You wanna be a hey Brunklander? No. I got my mods, bro. Thank you. Sounds good? Okay. I was about to put the sound check thing up. But yeah, this dude, King Sosa, I'm not really looking at the chat right now. Hey Zach, it may have been a beta test, but let's see. Now this guy, he is getting a lot of trolls going on his channel because this is not his normal content, all right? He is a musician. He doesn't do aliens, but he was there, and I tend to believe him because this is not his speed so much. Hey Zach, so let's get back over here. I'm going to try. Now these are the ones I have watched already. I've watched them all. He's got shorts, and let me see what's he got here. Okay, that's yeah, not his. Well, what's this? Okay, he's talking about aliens, aliens. Man, yeah, everything he did was recent, right? 6 day old channel. Awesome. So, yeah, okay. And yeah, I can read some of these things. I'm not going to play a 50-minute clip. Aliens on Miami, a dive into America's biggest cover up. Aliens in Miami. I was there live stream TikTok. Yeah, it doesn't look like he's got a very good camera going for his TikTok and stuff, which is fine. I mean, we grow, right? As YouTubers, we grow. Aliens in Miami TikTok. Aliens in Miami countdown to 12 a.m. That was 21 hours ago. Spider-Man live stream. I don't know what he was doing there. And oh, Laney and Ben. Yeah, hey, there he is. He's got it right here. Laney and Ben. Yeah. So I am inclined to believe him, y'all. Let me get to his shorts. So many people are trolling him. Let me know if the sound is playing. Can you guys see that? Okay. The audio was only. This is what somebody just sent me, right? So that's that. Um, Wait a minute. Well, okay. Hmm. Okay. Okay. The audio from the video is not happening. All right. I've got to do this real quick. Hold on. Um, but yeah. Okay. Well, I'm not going to show his stuff. I will just point it out. The link is in the description already. All right. All right. I sound good. No audio. Right. Cindy saying, so this woman claimed that if you reverse the coordinates from Miami, the aliens should have landed in Antarctica. Did I see that one? Yes, I did. However, okay, our coordinate system is not their coordinate system. I don't put too much credence into that. Yes, if we were to make the mistake, that's how we would have made the mistake. But we are not them. Our coordinate system is not their coordinate system. It's easy to jump on that right there, but uh, totally different methods where we don't use the same methods. I mean, it's pretty obvious. Okay. Hold on. We're not using the same methods of coordinates as other people do. Okay. Even between countries. Hey, Keith. Yeah, right, right. Triphasic navigation. I don't really understand triphasic navigation because I don't understand the phasic part, but that's okay. But I don't think they're using the same navigational coordination that we're using. Yes, it's interesting mathematically how those numbers match up, but there's matching math, right? There's matching math between many different systems. That was my phone going off. So sorry. Right. Temporal calculation. Okay. I don't think these guys are just moving through space. They're also moving through time. That's what Keith means temporal. Carolina Girl 344, welcome to the Quantum Show. Like and subscribe. You're here because you're quantum. Not to mention transtemporal, meaning moving through time of our perception of time. Okay. You know what? I am pretty sure that we need a class on that, Keith. That's going to be too much. You can't say it. Yeah, sure. Transphasic, triphasic solid liquid gaseous calculations. And you know what? There we go. It is quantum. Yes. So we're going to need a class on triphasic anything really. So, okay, I can't show his stuff, but the link is there. I'm trying to get him here. I've asked him to come on for either this show or the panel to show up anytime. If he clicks the link, he'll see the show and he'll see that we're talking about him. And you know what? I'm going to do this. I'm going to create a new banner. So if he shows up, he will see we're talking about him. Dude, I believe you. Okay. I believe you. And a lot of people are believing you. I see you on your channel engaging trolls. We don't engage the trolls. I don't engage no trolls, right? And we don't do that here. Hey, Diane, that's okay. Hey, no, you're not late. I was early. So it's all good. They use Google Maps like the rest of us. You and I would get lost. We would probably end up in Antarctica trying to go to a Florida skate park, but we'd end up skating on ice if we were to do that. Say, Google, hey Google, take me to Antarctica, and it wouldn't, and we'd end up in Florida, and then we'd have to switch it up, right? So I'm looking. Okay, now he's taking the opportunity. I took notes, right? And until he comes on, I just got me to talk the points about, right? So he is using his position online to be able to tell his story honestly. And you know the ufology scene, trolls everywhere. People who want to argue, they have an opinion, and all they're going to do is counteract you. It's just argue. That's all they're going to do. So I wouldn't even. But yeah, okay. He's in the position and he's telling his story the best he can. I'm going to suggest he gets a better camera, maybe a new phone. I know life is tough everywhere. It's tough here. It's tough everywhere. To be able to record stuff. But you know what? And I'm going to say it from the bottom of my quantum heart. I don't need this right now, right? Let go of the fear. Okay. Why did you run? That's what I would ask him. Why did you run? What scared you? A big bang? You know, I mean, we hear big bangs all the time. And why run? Why take off? Nobody got hurt, apparently. You know, 4 kids got arrested. It's part of a cover up, I believe. And uh yeah, why run? Let go of the fear, anxiety, and all that stuff. Just it doesn't serve you, man. And I know I wasn't there, right? I know I wasn't there. You were there. I, I'm trying not to put words in your mouth, but this is just how I'm like perceiving your stuff, man. And you're telling your story the best you can. Those are the wrong people you're telling to, man. Let me tell you, there is a person. Link is in the description, right? Alien Girl 1, GUFON. Go there. We want to hear what you got to say. We want to know what's up. And it's little channels like these, all right? Yeah, here I am calling GUFON a little channel, million subscribers over there. But and Amy's got a ton of subscribers too. But it's these channels, we're not mainstream. We're the ones got the truth going on. The revolution will not be televised. Oh, did I go there? I did. But it will be personally accounted on things like this, and yours and mine and Rich and Amy. Okay. All right. What is this? I'm getting all kinds of stuff. Um. Oh, but I'm glad. Don't. You're talking to the wrong people, dude. You know, talk to us. Talk to us. We can circulate you. Okay. You want viewers? Everybody wants viewers, right? Let's just say that outright. Everybody's wanting views. Everybody's wanting likes and subs. We all do that. But that's not why we're doing this. Why are we doing? I'm not even truly monetized. So why am I doing this? I don't even sell buttons or nothing. So yeah, come to these shows, man. Like Lainey and Ben, I saw you up there. I'm talking to you, KingSosa. I'm hoping that you see this stuff. And I'm going to in absentia interview you, right? But ufology doesn't live on the mainstream. That's UAP stuff. What that's the narrative that they're wanting people to be scared. That's why I say let go of fear. And channels like this one will get your message out. And if it doesn't, you don't want those people to have the message anyway. Trust me. Okay. If it doesn't get out there, no, you don't want those guys, because those are the guys who are full of fear, who will stab and rob you before they work with you. We don't do that here, right? Us in the ufology, well, not the ufology, but the mysticism side, the metaphysical side of stuff, we don't do that. We're better. Mainstream, you have sheep. Anyway, but yeah, what was scary? Why did you run? That's what I would ask you. And again, I know I was not there. This is not an attack on you, man. I would love to talk to you about it. I left you comments on your videos, okay? I hope you get them. I know you probably not going to get them in time to come tonight, but that's okay. And I wanted to know, did you see any men in black? Did you see people walking around in black suits? Straight up men in black, or people in uniforms that weren't acting all SWAT team and crazy and running around and yelling and stuff. And okay, now what people said about the black helicopter, I was looking at the footage, right? Let me tell y'all, when you ain't got a giant flashlight, every helicopter is black at night, okay? You can't see. I mean, everything in the sky is black at night. Hey, Kelly. All right, let's look at the chat for a few minutes. We're 16 and 40 seconds in. Welcome to the Quantum Show. If you're here, you're Quantum, like and subscribe. Thanks for coming by. I'm covering a few topics right now, but it's KingSosa and the aliens seen in Miami. He is saying they are aliens. There is no question in his mind that it was aliens. And he was saying that they looked wet. Now, dude, this is a misconception a lot of people do. They put their own experience and that's our own context to something we see, not necessarily the way it works, right? Because we don't understand it, we assign it to something we do understand, our context. Just like cavemen and cavemen and aliens, right? Or just say ancient man and aliens. It looked like a lotus flower, but it was a spaceship. Okay, that kind of thing. You know, they relate it in terms they can understand. So please do come on one of our shows. Laney and Ben was good. He's like a pop culture show, man. Okay, these guys, us here, we're not pop culture for sure. We are. My show is the fringe on the fringe. Ufology is fringe, but Quantum Show is fringe of the fringe. We're about as far out as you can get. And yeah, I believe it. I believe what you're saying, dude. I don't want to. Hey, Kelly, just coming in the chat. We believe you. Okay, extra large pepperoni pizza. Would you like to stop spamming my chat room? Thank you. That would be nice. And yeah, I want to know about did you see any Men in Black? What was the deal with what scared you? What actually was the scary thing? What turned the panic on in your head? What made you scared? That's what I would like to know. Hey, Dorothy. Welcome back to the Quantum Show. I'm talking about this KingSosa guy who showed up a few days ago, a Storm and Shadow, who showed up a few days ago talking about, I am a witness. He is a witness. He lives in Miami. And he's got a little bit of footage, right? Just a little bit. Now, there are some arguments that I heard, but they were put to him in a very trolling way, right? It was not nice. It was not nice to attack this dude, say he was doing drugs, and he was, I don't know, all kinds of accusations, but mostly about drugs. I don't think he's doing any drugs, right? I saw the Lily Nova thing. Okay, I will have to get back to you on that, Diane. I need to go look at Lily Nova's stuff again because I don't really remember it, honestly. I did look at it. I didn't stick to it too long because, life gets hectic, but I did look at it. But yeah, the King Sosa, I would love to hear what you got to say. Looking at your videos, you're saying, yo, it's real. It's real. This really happened. It's a big they're scamming you guys. They're scamming everybody, telling you it was kids with sticks. You don't see no kids, you don't see no sticks, you don't see no fireworks in any of the official videos. So, right, I don't think it was kids with sticks. I think of course, there were probably kids there, and there probably were, kids fighting. But I don't think, like you said, it doesn't take an entire police precinct of all of my CSI came out in there, right? The dude with the red hair. But I don't think it would take all that for a fight in in an open air mall, you know? Hmm. Yeah, Dorothy's saying, "I saw a lot of punching." Yes, okay. Sure, there was probably a fight, but that probably wasn't the thing that brought all those cops out, you know? And I didn't in any of the videos that were released that we have seen that are mainstream, not this is not directed to King Sosa, this is us, right? Did you see any sticks? Did you see any fireworks? Did you hear any fireworks? Because I didn't. Sosa brought that up. Sosa brought that up, right? We do okay now. We're not trolling, but we do tell jokes, right? We do tell jokes. It's all good. Good one, Zach. So, uh, yeah, to King Sosa, you're invited to the Quantum Show. I would love to talk to you in a calm environment. No trolls will be in here. And if they do, we block them. We got mods with lightsabers. Okay. Our mods are armed with lightsabers. We got them. Yeah. I don't know if that was actually part of it. I've heard that that was a video from a few years ago. It was like stock footage or from a different case. So, right. I heard that too, but I didn't hear any fireworks being set off in any of the official videos. There's too much misinformation on this, right? I'm going to go with King Sosa and what he was, because he was there. He's got footage of, let me see if I can actually, no. I was going to try to play videos, but for some reason, it's not letting me play anything. And well, that's fine, I guess. Right. There are conflicting reports, and it is the most confusing thing. Right. So I'm going to go ahead and leave that alone for now because, well, I'm not in Miami. I have no way to get any information. There is one other person who is a YouTuber who lives in Miami, and what is his name? I have to. I do have to find him. There's one other guy. He says he went and investigated it too. Let me see here. And he is a no. Let me see here. He's a YouTuber, but he's not like he tried to do paranormal. He's not paranormal, right? He's not. Where is his? He was in the recommended viewing, the related view. Now I can't find him. I used to follow him because he did a lot of ghost stuff, but I haven't. He investigated it. He's done a lot of co-ops with people. Oh well. All right. Well, that's that. Well, I am going to have to. Okay. Bronklander says, my instinct on the mall incident is that there was an extraterrestrial presence and that the ETs weren't intentionally making themselves known. I have that as well. Keith has some information that I would like for him to put out. And you know what, Keith? I asked you the other day and you told me then, but repetition helps. So we can bring it back out and talk about it on the panel, because I got a few other things to cover. I mean, you saw the title, Practicing What I Preach, right? And now this is going to be kind of like the self-help part of the show. Okay. So I'm going to wrap it up right there with the aliens in Miami. Links are in the description. Okay. Please go look right now. If you want to do pure aliens, go now, click away. It's all good. So, but now I want to talk about practicing what you preach. Okay. Now, me and our Keith we're like this on this, right? And well, hopefully all of us, because I was faced with a situation recently. I'm working on an old car, right? Working on an old car. And I feel like I got ripped off, but it's only money. And I was more upset about having to fix what was not fixed, what I was told got repaired, and not putting everything back together correctly and leaving parts out. But this is a curveball of a vehicle. This is not a nice new vehicle. This is a 30-year-old barn find, basically, right? It was a daily driver in Georgia and no garage, so it looks kind of beat down, and it was only driven 25 miles an hour for 30 years. And then all of a sudden we put it on the interstate. Of course, stuff is going to start breaking, right? Well, I had to put it into practice, right? Right. Dorothy is talking. Yeah, I saw your car. Yeesh, your story sounds similar to my brother's experience with a reconditioned vehicle. Well, I bought this one knowing it needed stuff, right? Okay, good deal, Bronklander. He put the link to play next. Good. Recommend it. Watch all his channel and be patient, because he's not a UFO guy. He's not an alien, metaphysical, paranormal dude, right? He's not. He's a witness. So be patient with him. So, yeah, that car, I had to remember not to make situations worse. If I do this, will I cause a good thing to happen? I don't think so, right? I thought I was going to take him to court, but then I got to thinking, wait a minute. Okay, first of all, it's not going to fix the car. I don't want him working on it anymore, because if I take him to court and they tell him fix the car or pay me back, all that is spiteful, and I'm not spiteful. I don't need to be spiteful. It's an old car. It's fun to work on. So I'm going to do it for fun. I'm doing it for fun. It's just fun stuff. And yeah, he knows how I feel, but I'm not going to pursue that, because the car is here. It didn't blow up. And I'm going to just keep working on it. Yeah. Carolina Girl 344 saying, the car drama is real. I lost mine before Christmas. Feel lost without her. Okay. The car is a her. Okay. And yeah, I'm not going to pursue it because it won't help anything, right? He knows. I told him what I found, so he knows, and he knows I'm upset about it. And I'm going to leave it there. I paid his price. I'm done. Okay. So, lesson learned and lesson remembered. It wasn't going to help to pursue to go. And that's what I really had to bite my own quantum bullet to do this, right? Because I really wanted to go after him. I ran into him at a store. I walked away. What was it going to help? It wasn't going to help anything. probably, I don't know, closed for the day or going to lunch or something. And all I did was give him a dirty look. I didn't approach him. I didn't accost him. What good would that do? Me going super Karen in a grocery store. It wouldn't help anything. So the car is home and I'm fixing it. And I've decided I'm going to let it go. I mean, not let the car go. I'm going to fix the car. But I'm going to let this issue go. Because, yeah, I was really upset. But I was actually working on the car. So, like, with my own hands, not just saying, hey, I would like you to fix my car and pay him for it. I was doing it. I figured it out. And it was just frustrating to figure out what was wrong with it because I never worked on this particular car and haven't worked on most cars in a long time this in depth. I mean, throttle return spring was gone. So you push the gas, it stayed pushed and it was scary. I had to stand on the brakes to stop, put it in neutral or park while I was at a red light so I didn't hit the guy in front of me. And literally and reach down with my foot and pull the gas pedal back up towards me to have it rev down. And that was crazy, y'all. And there is another shift sensor, pressure sensor that has a spring going to a big hefty spring and just a little bit. Well, I got a wire in its place right now. I'm going to have to put a spring. I got the spring. I just haven't put it on there. And you had to tease the gas to make it shift from first, second, third, fourth, or first, second, third. And that way, it would go into gear. I had to figure that out. And, well, it was just frustrating. And I felt really, really anxious at the moment. But I'm better. I'm better. And work goes on. I'm not going to pursue that guy. And I had to remember, don't do this out of spite. I delivered my information. He knows how I feel. He knows what went wrong with his shop, okay? His process. He didn't do it. He gave it to a guy that works for him, like a contractor or something. And I had to remember, do it for the right reasons. Don't do it for spite. Am I justified? Maybe. Would it help? Would it help me? No, it would. The car would still be broken. Would it help him? No, because now he's going to get a bad name and he would be out of time and money. How does that help? And he's already mad at me. He's already hostile with me because I got hostile with him, honestly. Am I justified? Legally, probably. But it wouldn't help anything. It wouldn't accomplish anything. The car wouldn't get fixed. So I'm going to just try a different tactic. Yeah. You know what? Zach says, yikes, sounds like a big project. See my Facebook. It is a big project. I should document that. I should document that because that's a hobby I've had for a long time, not just the toys and the printing. I worked on my own car for years and only recently I haven't been doing most of my car work because, well, I don't have all the electronic tools. I got things like Leatherman, socket set, screwdrivers, pliers. That's what I got. But yeah, there you said it. The machine never wins. The machine never wins. I win or I destroy it. So there's that. And yeah, I was really hoping KingSosa would come on the show, y'all. Like this part of it, not the panel. Because the panel is the panel and it's really late. And he's on Florida time, so that's a different time zone. And I think I don't know if it's later or earlier there. So, but yeah, I had to remember to do things for the right reasons. Okay. And Keith, are you still in the chat? Let me know if you're still in the chat. Please put in the chat you are still here or not. And let's see. Florida is 1 hour ahead. What does that mean? If it's 9:30 here, does that mean it's 10:30 there? Is that ahead? Or is that what that means? So it's okay, fine. It's see, okay, still here or not. Keith is still here. Okay. Keith, I'm going to send you the link to join the solo, okay? Because I would like to know what you got to say about the KingSosa. Well, your take on the Miami aliens, right? Maybe not KingSosa, because I know you haven't had a chance to look at that stuff yet. Watch your Facebook. It's coming in momentarily. Here we go. Alrighty then. Keith, I have sent you the link, and I'll be watching for you to knock on the door if you are able to, okay? I can go ahead and get my headphones back in. That way I can hear you and there'll be no echo. So Diane is in there saying someone is hacking her. How so? I don't see anything, right? I am operating from StreamYard, not YouTube. All right. So let me get there. Yes. Storm and Shadow, which is one of our tech gurus here. High level tech guru. And Storm and Shadow. Diane, no, I know him, right? I know Storm and Shadow, okay, personally. That's Frank. Lynn, where are you? Are you still here? You were here early. LA Moon? I think that's yeah, here we go. Now Storm and Shadow he's a trusted one, right? Add as moderator. I'm going to put you in as managing, okay? And there you go. I do not see you Keith, I do not see you coming in. All right, here you are. Welcome to the Quantum Solo, Keith.
Hurry. Hang on. I got something running here. I don't know what it is.
Okay, well, thank you for coming on.
And thank you for having me.
Yeah,
let's move this over so I'm looking at the screen right.
All right. Okay, well, apparently Diane
there, now I'm actually looking at the screen.
Okay. All right.
How are we doing?
So, pretty good. I wanted to talk to you about, did you find your notes on the guys in Miami?
We did. I knew where they were. As a matter of fact, they were right at hand. I just couldn't get to them safely.
Okay.
Now, where is that? So, yeah, that was the easy part. But these people, they weren't, you're referring to the 10-foot shadows.
Yes. Pause.
Well, first,
okay, Frank, go to Diane. I don't know what's going on with Diane's account. Diane, get off of YouTube and go back on. Go out and come back. Just shut the app, close the page, whatever, and come on back, okay? Because, okay, never mind. Someone is posing as Diane. Frank, could you check that out? All right, okay, anyway. Keith, let's continue. Sorry about that.
Well, that's okay. I'm used to confusion at this point.
Same here. So these guys, the 10-foot shadows.
Yeah.
What do you got? What's going on with that?
Well, not that one. Oh, geez. Be nice if I stayed organized, wouldn't it? First and foremost, the people producing them aren't 10 feet tall.
Okay.
They're essentially using a projector to amplify to, shall we say, fluff themselves up.
All right.
Okay. Basically, what they're doing is taking their own black image and superimposing an expanded version of it. Not exactly not exactly a holographic overlay, so much as, for lack of a better way of putting it, an overlay with a light absorption field.
Mm-hmm.
Therefore, all they're doing is taking their own, the silhouette you see, like the shape of them. I haven't looked at the video itself, but the shape of them will be pretty much identical to their actual shape.
Mm-hmm.
But what they're doing is going, okay, take the body and expand it equidistantly around the perimeter.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, by, let's say, 2 feet on either side. All of a sudden, you've got a person that goes from a 3-foot shoulder width to a 7-foot shoulder width.
Understood.
Okay.
And from like 5'10", 5'11" to 10 feet tall.
Exactly. Okay, now I get a kick out of it because they actually, in order to do that, they're not doing it equidistant, because the body itself, they're not actually standing on the ground, by the way.
Okay.
The actual entities are literally hovering about 3 feet off the ground. They have to, in order to be able to extend the shadow below them. Otherwise, the shadow goes completely screwball.
So, okay, now, you told me earlier that these are newcomers to Earth, right? And they don't know
They're
all the
newcomers to the whole
rules.
solar system.
Okay.
Try
And they
that
don't.
again.
Are they now? I have been listening to different accounts, similar accounts, but it seems like everyone is talking to someone says the Council of 12, someone says the Federation, that's you. And are these guys the same people? They're just being
Number
presented
one.
differently to different people talking to them?
Well, number one, none of them, in my experience, anybody saying these guys come directly from the Council of 12, I wouldn't trust that as far as I can throw it.
Hold on. My mistake. I misspoke. I didn't say these guys in Florida were coming from the council. The people who are talking about it, I've heard, like, I'm talking to you. Oh, stupid wire. I'm talking to you about it, and you have your sources.
Yes.
The other people, Lily Nova is another one. I need to go back and look at that. And also, well, you guys are saying such similar things. Okay, are they extra dimensional? The guys in
No.
Miami? They are not?
No. Understand there's a problem here.
Okay.
People refer to it as extra dimensional because they all of a sudden vanish. And this may just be a question of terminology.
Okay.
If you take an object and you vibrate it at a faster speed, it will vanish. Now, are these guys moving at a higher speed, and therefore are they able to drop out of the visual context? Absolutely. But in my experience, everything that is detectable in the third dimension is third dimensional. Because a fourth dimensional object will not translate into third. In all fairness, neither will a second dimensional construct.
Okay. So, all right, now you said it, terminology, right? When you take yourself out, or if you vibrate, if you like, you can see that, right?
Exactly.
Now I'm shaking this, right? I'm shaking this and it's blurring. Now I'm not shaking this very fast, right? Hold on.
But if you move it faster, take a look at a helicopter, or take a look at a plane propeller. It sits there very slowly. As it picks up speed, it gets blurry. When it gets up to full speed, you can't see the individual blades.
Right. Because it's moving faster. Okay, it's right. Frank, if you will take care of that for me, that would be awesome. I can't do anything on this end. Okay, it's moving faster than our eyes can perceive it. And now what I was saying, sorry, I'm just distracted. Terminology. When you take something out of vibration like that and spin it or vibrate it so quickly, that literally is another dimension. Okay. It's just a dimension branching off of this one. It's not from another reality. It's a different frequency. It still exists. It's just not able to be perceived. That is literally a different dimension. Height, width, depth, time, vibration. Okay.
And using that definition, then yeah, I can go with it.
Okay.
Like I said, unfortunately, I grew up in a world where I have a bad habit of taking things way too literally. And I've long
Understood.
held that the term vibration and dimension may be where the problem is.
Hmm.
Because these guys they simply are not moving at the same speed we are.
Right. And another good thing to compare this against is the show or the superhero, The Flash. He moves so fast he can't be seen. And
Exactly.
right. And now I'm just going to stop right there because it's talking about he goes time travel and all this stuff. Not going to go there. Talk about
Yeah, let's
Miami
not go there.
aliens. Yeah, I'm talking about Miami aliens. So these guys are they now um when they vibrate that fast, do they go out of phase of matter?
No, they have the capacity to do it, but the majority of them no.
Okay. All right. Because one witness said it walked through a glass wall
Well,
or a
that's just
glass
it.
something.
Maybe I should explain something. We
Please do. Yep.
call we call glass or steel solid until you get to basic physics, at which point you find out that there is space between all the molecules. So when you vibrate it at a high enough speed, you're not going out of sync with matter. What you're doing is sidestepping the matter.
Right.
Picture, if you will, two people coming towards each other, and you're going to run into each other. You're both solid. But if you're vibrating fast enough, essentially you're sidestepping the block. And now you can
Hmm.
pass apparently through. But what you're
Hmm.
doing is stepping past the matter molecules
Hmm.
because it's simply vibrating at a different rate.
Right. And the frequencies are out of sync. Maybe one could say out of phase of each other. Because if something is vibrating at numbers, okay, 70 hertz, 3000 hertz, okay, they're not going to sync up with, they're out of phase with each other. I don't think one would be able to perceive the other. But
Bingo.
if they were closer, then yes, like this is probably moving at 70 RPM if it's spinning, right? 70 flaps per second.
I'll take your word for
Yeah, me too. I don't have my flaps per second uh meter on me right at the
it.
moment. So look how like you can see beyond it because it's passing back and forth and the image is flickering. I think okay, I'm not going to put anything in there, right? But because I just don't have enough information. And well, I've got Keith here, so ask Keith.
Yeah, just don't ask me for numbers.
No problem.
You know,
Um,
but yeah, they are moving at a speed that you're not going to see them. But
all right.
when I said they're new to the area, these guys haven't been in the Sol system in, well, frankly, rough guesstimation. I think the last time I saw them was about 1400 years ago,
All right.
which, by the way, is a little older than I am chronologically right now.
Understood. Viewers, if you don't know the story, go to Keith's channel. He talks about it. Link is in the description. He is certified quantum. So, all right, you know what? Here's something I'm going to have to fourth wall it right here. Diane, I'm going to take you out of the room, right? I'm going to just time you out for a minute and put you in out there just for 5 minutes, log out, shut your device down, and come back in 5 minutes. Okay? There. I have silenced Diane Boss. I don't know what's going on her end. All right. She's in timeout on YouTube. I can't. Diane, if you're listening, turn your hardware off and turn it back on again. Cycle the primary power coupling. See what happens. And we'll see about in 5 minutes what happens. Okay. So, I'm sorry about that. So much stuff. And it seems like the hackers and trolls are getting both of us. Did you have any problems tonight?
Tonight, we had one questionable, and Frank's on it.
Okay.
And there were people that were complaining Frank was on it, and I asked Frank to get onto it so I don't have to, because the other option I had was shut the whole stream down and say scrap it, because like I told people on my stream, I am not having another heart attack for other people. Thanks very
Right.
much.
No, we don't need
Been there,
that.
done that.
Right. Yeah, there looks like one made it in. Apparently someone has cloned Diane's account. Well, she is off of here for at least 5 minutes. So I did put out there, turn your stuff off and turn it back on again, change your password, whatever you got to do, and we'll see what happens. Oh, this guy, KingSosa, I looked at his videos that he's put out on this Miami stuff, right? People are coming at him. He is not a ufology person. He's not a metaphysical, paranormal at all. He's a musician. He makes stuff locally in Miami. So people, his people are the people that follow him are calling him all the bad names, saying he's lying, he's doing it for clout, he's on drugs. I don't think any of that's true, right?
No, quite frankly, I'd be inclined to say, from what I can gather around Sosa,
Mhm.
I'd say about the only drug he's on maybe caffeine.
Same. Same.
Just a thought.
Yeah, and maybe high on life, like us here at the Quantum Show.
So, yeah, you are.
Yeah.
Myself is a whole other ball game for him, but that's a different story elsewhere.
But I want him to come on the show, because I advised him earlier this hour, don't go to the mainstream. The mainstream don't want him, right? They don't want anybody. They want Jeremy Corbell. They want all the people that are already out there. That's who they want. The headliners. They want to make money. There is no money in ufology. Okay. There is backstabbing and there is temporary gain before it gets lost again. Right. In all that stuff. And I want to ask him about the Men in Black. I want to ask him about what actually made him scared. And I want to know who he is. I have looked at his personal profile, so to speak, for a couple days, and I've seen that he is a neat guy, but he puts out an image, and I want to look past the image. I want to know who is husband KingSosa, who is the guy who shops at whatever grocery store, that KingSosa.
I'm just going to throw this out there.
Yeah.
Okay. KingSosa, by your own statements, is a musician.
Yes.
The question you first have to ask before you ask him any of the above is, does KingSosa want any part of his life that isn't the musician out in the open?
That's a good point. Does he want to have a public? Right. Does he?
Obviously, want the information of these 10-footers out of the way.
Mm-hmm. And well, you know what he is talking about. Speaking on that, right? He's saying he is in the position to tell his story, and to become more than he is. He was talking about the other guy who recanted it, right? And well, if I was to say something like that, I would think, how do I identify with what he's saying? It's complicated. I might need more coffee. But
I'm thinking the same thing, but that's why I've got a pot up front.
I gotta go there. Doing a show here.
Well, that's why I usually, when I'm on stream, I'm going to get my coffee. I'll be back in a second.
Right.
Because let's face it, we don't get commercial breaks.
No, I mean, if we have a commercial break, we are the commercial.
Ultimately, yes.
Yeah. So he was on Laney and Ben. That's a YouTuber blocker out of England. I forget exactly where he said he was, but somewhere in the UK and England. And he is very pop culture. Laney and Ben, he's very pop culture. He's not in the mystical, paranormal, ufological fields of anything, really. Not that I saw. I saw stuff on TV shows and sports. So that's pretty pop culture to me.
Guys, I'm still trying to figure out what pop culture is. I mean, pop culture to me when I was growing up was Coca-Cola and ginger ale.
There you go. That's pop culture. I would love Coca-Cola to sponsor me. Sponsor me, Coca-Cola. I will wear red every day. No, I'm just joking. No one buys the Quantum Show. Call me. So, yeah, I saw that literally an hour before the show started. Okay. And KingSosa stuff, I saw it an hour before the show started. I knew something would come up. I knew something would come up because I was going to go with only talking about the car and the misadventure from it. And what do you think about that, Keith? This guy, he really did screw me over monetarily. Now, I made my choice, right? I chose to not go the way of spite, to go the way of do no harm. That's what I chose. Because
you're talking to the guy that you bought the car off, that it was a lemon.
No. I didn't buy the car off him. I had him working on it. It's a mechanic. Okay. The mechanic is let me nutshell it, right? I bought it as a project car, and it needed some work, did a lot of work, put it in the shop to do some more work, and he had one of his hired mechanics work on it, but not him. But I paid for him, which is expensive. This was an expensive thing, right?
Right.
And well, the guy he put on it left parts off, didn't tighten things correctly, didn't put the correct fluid amount in the power steering, and well, I just was really frustrated. And now legally, I probably could challenge him and win, but he's a small business. Now, I feel for small businesses, okay? And I don't want to hurt a small business. I did communicate everything, all my concerns with him, and I wasn't being sarcastic. I wasn't being critical. I was saying, this is what I wanted. This is what you gave me. And this is how procedure should, in my opinion, should have been. And I'm not happy. And I did threaten to take him to court, but I'm not going to do that. That's silly. And
it's a waste of time.
It would be, because it's not going to fix the car. All it will do is make him look bad, make me look bad. And well, it wouldn't accomplish anything. The car would still be broken. So
car's still be broken. I'm laying odds you wouldn't want him working on it to repair it.
Right. Now I can work on it. It's just time. It's an old car. It's 1991. It doesn't sound too old to me, but apparently it is old, because I think 1991 is like,
I just graduated. Well, you might just as well be working on a Model T.
Pretty much. Parts are
know,
just as hard
I
to
mean, the
find.
reality is, my take on it is real simple. There's no functional reason to take him to court. The
Yeah.
only people that will make money out of that are the lawyers in the court system.
Yeah.
You may win the court case. They say he's got to fix it. I'm guessing you're not going to want it under the hood of your car.
No, because like
the
you don't
only
want
viable option you can do.
Mm-hmm.
You don't want somebody that's upset, that's being forced to fix something, to fix your car.
Not at all.
But that said, it is karmically right to turn around and warn people that you know of they're potentially dealing with him. His workmanship for you was not good.
Right. That's what I did. I went on and I left him a bad review. And I'm done with it. I'm done because it's not going to help anything.
That's where
it will hurt him. I feel it will hurt me because I get to wallow. What am I wallowing in spite will not help, and wallowing in spiteful revenge will not help me.
No, but it might damage the car a little more if you're lucky.
Right. The car will break even more. So I'm going to leave that. I'm leaving it alone. I'm now fixing it. And I've got a pretty clear path of what I'm going to do with it. So that's that. And instead of raising hell and getting him in trouble with somebody and paying the court, I'm just going to fix it myself and say, hey, I have talked to him on paper, on email, told him what happened, what I found on the car, and what to do about it. And I'm done because I'm done with him. I'm not going to go back to him, which is a shame because I've been going to him for like 7 years. And this is just a really bad experience, and well, he kind of acted like he was doing me a favor. I'm like, you're a mechanic. I'm paying a premium. This is not a favor.
Yeah, this is what's called the job. No, the reality of it is that what you did was where it should end. And the reason for that is a simple matter of what are you actually gaining from going down that road? And what are you giving up by not dealing with it head on, since you've got the capacity to do it?
Yeah. And I think I handled it well, honestly, because now I'm done with it. I'm still a little bit irked by the situation, but because I would like to have the car driving by now. But as it is, it's not ready to be a daily driver again. But it's getting there. Okay. Well, Keith, thank you for coming on. I know it was kind of short notice.
Well, I don't know, a minute and a half. Yeah, that's pretty short.
Okay, and this is not the panel yet. The panel comes up. I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up. This has been the Quantum Solo guest, Keith Andrews. And I'm going to go ahead and wrap up the solo part. And it's break time. So we got to take that quantum break. I got to get more coffee. Me and Amy, we're out of coffee. We need coffee. And I will come back and the panel will be on in just a little while, probably about a half an hour. So, sound good, Keith?
Sounds good. I'm going to go grab coffee as well.
Alrighty then. Well, I will be back soon, everybody. Thank you for coming in. It's the Keith and Nathan show. Gonna take a break, get some coffee, and back in a little while. Keep it quantum. I'm pushing buttons.